channel.
Hey, you know what time it is?
What time is it, man?
Welcome everyone to another episode of The Beatdown, the segment and channel where two worlds collide. I am your host, Fives. This is my co-host.
This is Jay. What's going on, guys? We have another one for you, and we would like to remind you, if you like this video or this channel, go in the section below, like, comment, subscribe, and share.
Yeah. And without further ado, we're adding this on to our anniversary because it's actually a special edition. We have never done something like this before, so we're also adding this to our 2-year anniversary. And I want to give a special shout out to, I believe it was J.O. for recommending this to us. We had already something in mind, but we thought maybe this would be a little more interesting. So I will start things off because this is the first time ever handicap match. That's right, it's a 1-on-6 handicap match. And I'll be representing DC Comics Eradicator. Now, normally we'll tell you brief origin stories, powers, abilities, yada, 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 the whole enchilada. But this time, since this is a handicap match, it's going to take a lot longer for us to explain our arguments. So we're just going to get down to the meat and the potatoes, okay? And I'm going to start off by just talking about my character, Eradicator, and how he's going to win this one against 6 of the original Avengers, okay? So if you don't already know, if you haven't already checked the caption or you haven't checked the list of what we have against him, we got Hawkeye, we got Black Widow, we got Captain America, Iron Man, we got Thor, we got the Incredible Hulk. That's a lot of powerhouses right there. But let's say they meet up. Eradicator, now if you don't already know, Eradicator has the powers and the abilities just as Superman and is also a super intelligent AI character, which means he can pinpoint weaknesses and all that stuff. So first, right off the bat, if this was a counter 6-on-1 character, I'm going to say Eradicator, he's probably going to take out 2 characters pretty abruptly quickly. And that would be the 2 normal characters who are just ordinary characters with special gifts, which happens to be Hawkeye and Black Widow. Now, I say he gets rid of them first because obviously they're humans, and yes, they do have weapons and tools to keep them in afloat, but he's incredibly fast. He's got the laser eyes, he's got the strength, so he could immediately just shoot the lasers right at them during their battle and directly hit Hawkeye in the eyes or hit him in the chest, hit Black Widow at the same time, probably do a twofer. Get them both down for the count in one moment, go super fast and just go right through them. I mean, he has that ability, go freaking A-train on them, bam, just run right through their bodies. He has that ability. And then after that, it'd be the next person you probably go after is Captain America. Now, Captain America can hold his own, okay? There's no questioning about that, okay? But this is about getting things eliminated quickly before he has to get to the big heavy hitters. Because if he goes against all of them at once, he's not got a chance to go against all of them at once. But if he eliminates a few of them, and the first half of the beginning of their battle, he has a fighting chance against them. So, eliminates the first 2, Hawkeye and Black Widow. Then he goes after Captain America, goes super quickly, disarms the shield off of Captain America. Maybe he rips his heart out immediately, breaks the neck, rips it out, whatever he has to do. But let's get real, Cap is fast, but Eradicator is faster because he obviously has Superman speed. So with that speed, he can get the upper advantage. Even though Cap is skilled, it's not going to matter at that moment because speed's just going to get that. It's going to be the upper hand. He's not going to be able to counter maneuver anything if the guy already rips your heart out and then just leaves it be, you know? So all 3 right off the bat. I think Eradicator uses the shield knowing that it is made out of vibranium to his advantage, obviously, because it is one of the strongest form of metal, and he's not stupid. He's actually a very highly official intelligence, so he knows that maybe this material he can use to make it, replicate it, or he could use it to protect him during this battle. Now, let's see. Next person I think that he's going to have trouble with is going to be obviously Iron Man, because Iron Man's got all the defense in the world. The man is super intelligent. So he's probably come up with so many ways to counter maneuver any strategies, any kind of robotic AI official might even put out. But let's throw a crack at it. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, Eradicator decides to maybe he gets lucky enough to use, for a temporary moment of lapse, a virus that could hack into Tony Stark's, software program or his AI, just for a temporary moment. If it could, if it glitches for just a second of a moment, that gives Eradicator just that moment he needs to eliminate Iron Man completely. If the power shuts off in his suit, if the suit decides to glitch up at a moment, if the suit takes him off the suit, If anything happens during the moment while Iron Man is wearing the suit and it glitches at a moment's notice while he's in battle with Eradicator, it doesn't matter how smart you are. If your suit's not working, if it's glitching at that moment, Eradicator is going to take advantage of it, jump right into that moment, rip your heart out, break your neck, whatever he's got to do, rip you out of your suit, and then use the laser eyes to burn you out. Whatever he's got to do, that moment's notice, he could take Iron Man out. Now, the last two, obviously Thor and the Incredible Hulk, are two great juggernauts you're not going to take out that easily. That's why I didn't say they were going to be the first ones to go. He had to get the first four out of the way just so he could take the two giants. Okay, so Eradicator is an artificial intelligence. So it actually learns and adapts to techniques, styles, and fighting tactics. So long period of fight, it does favor Eradicator a little bit because he'll learn your moves and eventually he'll be able to counter maneuver whatever you're coming with. Another thing to focus on is that Eradicator does find weaknesses and actually does examine his opponents while he's fighting them. So that supercomputer of technology being able to examine your moves and your weaknesses also learns about your weaknesses and your strengths. So weakness-wise, I would say that with Hulk, he's going to have to do maybe one or two things. Find the ability to put Hulk back into Bruce or use gamma ray technology to absorb the gamma ray inside of Hulk. Maybe take Hulk out of Bruce. Maybe use some high-tech advanced technology, which Eradicator could make at that moment because he's that intelligent and artificial enough to do it. He could invent a device that could probably absorb all the gamma ray in Hulk's in Hulk, and then make Bruce Banner, and then make Bruce Banner back to what he was, and then eliminate him in that way. There's that option. And the other option now, and I'll say that one for after. But if he takes out Bruce that way, puts him back in his place, just eliminates him that, now you got the mighty Thor. Now, Eradicator is made out of pure energy. So there isn't going to be a thunder strike that's going to be able to hit him and it's going to affect him. He is pure energy. So pure energy isn't going to do anything to energy. Energy that bounces back to energy. That's it. It's kind of one of those I'm rubber, you're glue situations. So Eradicator can't flip it back on Thor in this situation, so it's going to have to be a throwdown, fist-to-fist situation going down. Now, Thor is a mighty warrior, but an artificial intelligence that could find and pinpoint weaknesses to your moves, to your style, to your fight while you're fighting him, that's a problem. Thor is a great warrior, but no matter what strategy he will pull out during a hand-to-hand combat, Eradicator will be able to determine what's going to happen and then put it and counter maneuver it if he needs to. Another thing to consider is that Eradicator has this one ability that is pretty crazy, which is that he can absorb your soul. Now, that's interesting because I think that's the last final blow that he needs in order to take down. If Hulk wasn't able to take down with the gamma technology, and it was Thor and Hulk thrown down with him in this last hurrah, I would have to say that Eradicator would have to do the unthinkable thing and use his soul ability to absorb both of them at that moment. Now, no one has ever escaped any of Eradicator's soul-catching abilities. So no matter what Thor throws at it and no matter what Hulk throws at it, they're going to get captured. And that's how Eradicator can eliminate them both at a moment's notice. And yeah, that's how I think Eradicator wins this one on a 6-on-1 handicap match.
Okay. Well, I have to try to counter that argument, and I will be bringing you the original Avengers. Now, I think in order for us to win this fight, Stark has to go first. Iron Man needs to step up, and he needs to launch some type of virus inside of Eradicator to where it can kind of slow down or remove his learning computer, and just kind of like slow him down, just kind of keep him in place. Not obviously at a standstill, but just to wear him down. Anyway, from there he can launch Jarvis or Friday and try to have them hack into his systems and find out his weak points and expose them. Also, he would probably have to use the exosim suit to try to maybe keep him in place and trap him. While there, he could maybe use the suit to try to destroy him. If that doesn't work, at least he has him at least in place and captured. So with the virus in hand, Stark keeps at bay with some of his other suits, whether it be the Hulkbuster, Thorbuster, or the Godbuster. Any of these suits, I do believe, would be able to stand a chance against him and his abilities. However, Hawkeye, I agree, Hawkeye is going to get killed, but I do believe he has two things that he can use to at least hurt Eradicator, which would be his Pym particle and his adamantium. If he uses both of them and combines them and launches like a sea of adamantium arrows, one of them is going to hit him, and I do believe it will damage him. Widow, again, I agree, she's going to get killed almost immediately, but from my understanding, her Widow bites, whatever they're called.
Yeah, I think they're called Widow bites. The
wristbands. At
Yeah.
full charge, they could hurt someone like Thanos, maybe, in theory. So at full charge, if she at least hits one or two good blows, I think it'll at least stun him. So while he's stunned, Captain America gives him the shield. That'll maybe daze him for a second. However, toe-to-toe, yeah, Cap's not going to make it out of this one either. So I agree. He'll take out those first three. I think Stark maybe has enough to keep him at bay. But even if Stark has to sacrifice himself in some type of form, I think they can pull this off. Hulk, go World Breaker Hulk. Thor, maybe go Berserk too. And the three of them come at him at the same time. I think they can take him apart.
Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, when you got Iron Man in your corner, it's a 50-50 shot whether or not he's going to be successful or not. But if Iron Man were to keep his distance in the fight and let the other two throw the punches,
distance with the AI and all his suits combined, Eradicator's going to have a hard time, fighting off all those suits all at once. Let alone Iron Man with the virus and one of his suits having him trapped. And then he has to deal with Hulk and Thor in a berserker type state.
Yeah, no, it's impossible, especially with the 3-on-1 situation. Even putting both Hulk and Thor to be the muscle to just throw down with him while Iron Man figures out a way to put him down. At the end of it all, it just doesn't go into his favor.
Yeah, that would have to be the strategy. Hulk and Thor definitely keep him distracted with the rest of the suits. Iron Man obviously formulates the plan, and they execute.
Yeah,
Eradicator's down.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I mean, that's it, guys. I mean, it's not up to me as always, and it's not up to my boy. It's up to you guys. So, if you guys liked my argument, you know what you can do? You can hashtag Eradicator. And if you like my boy's argument, what can you do, brother?
Hashtag the Avengers.
All right. And as always, No Press fan, we really appreciate you guys. Catch you guys later. Peace.